Here we have the 666 pancake coil system with two elevated high induction coil secondaries, 2.6 Henry in the front, 2.7 Henry in the back. We have an intermediate sensor between the primary and secondary, which is going to scope. We can then see the magnetic fields interaction between the primary and secondary. The back coil, the 2.7 Henry coil, is off resonant. We don't know why it's off resonant at this point, but it should be possibly because of the narrow bandwidth of such a large inductance of 2.7 Henry. We've also got checkers underneath that secondary so that we can gain a little bit of loose coupling between the primary and that secondary. This gives us a little bit more voltage output. Over here is our voltage inputs and outputs. We haven't turned the field on. Alternator's running freely at 1 volt without a field. Respectively, it's giving us 0.138 on phase 1, 0.134 on phase 2, and 195.2 amps on phase 3. Phase 3, if I've gone over this many times, on the 666 system, we have a spiraling there's the position of the phases. Taking phase 2 for a reference, we got phase 2 on top and the back. Its next segment in series in the middle. That middle segment has reverse polarity so that it will be 1/6 of a cycle off from the top and bottom phases, and its exits on the bottom, and on the stacking there we have a secondary inductor over phases 2 and phases 1 with a little separation. There's our secondaries position-wise. There's our intervening coil sensing the primary-secondary interaction. There's the voltages being generated from that 1 volt source. As I said, phase 2's off resonant. You're going to see on the scoping that the scoping itself shows that it's off resonant, but the front one's pretty well resonant. And we got 207 volts and 149 volts and almost 330 volts in between them. This is the system that we used for the 9th embodiment of the wireless bipolar Tesla coil. For the 9th embodiment of the wireless Tesla coil series to begin with, which we called the 9th embodiment, which was the best working embodiment yet pursued. Now we're going to look at the scoping of phases 1, actually phase 2, the blue. We're going to look at the off resonant scoping. We're going to be looking at that coil there, the back coil, the off resonant one, providing the lesser amount of voltage, providing that 149 volts. And you will see a very remarkable thing here. We always have problems with camera and scoping. Just have to look on review whether that's good or not. Let's try putting the garage door down, see if we can darken that up a hair. better. On the camera, doesn't look real good. Let's go down on our brightness maybe. Come on. Excuse me folks, again, readjusting. Not real satisfied with that either. Got to be able to see two scope forms there. Camera's not looking real good. We're going to try to go down on the brightness again. Right there's borderline. I can't see very good on the camera at all. Well, you should be able to see there. It's going down to 0. Input there. And it's being reflected on the secondary later on in time. So the currents in the secondary must be inductive. And since we can't get a real good camera shot, we're going to call this quits for now until we review the camera shot. We'll turn that up, see if a brighter signal does better. That's with the brighter signal. And we're going to call that quits for now.